Hi class, we're going to go over the first week's assignment, which is basically when you're going to come up with your question that you're going to work on for the rest of the class. So I started by downloading the research topic and question worksheet. On the first page, you want to go ahead and input your own information. What's your name? What's my name? And the day and the year that the assignment is due. This first box asks you to come up with a research topic, a general topic that you want to look into, and its relation to your major. So be specific. You might have told me already that you're majoring in computer science or criminal justice. Pretend you haven't done that. Tell me how your topic relates to your major. So, for instance, you could say that I want to research the Civil War because I'm a history major. You want to be specific in this box. It's amazing how many people forget that part, the relationship to your major. The next part of the worksheet, you're going to go and fill in the KWHL chart. So this is really to help you formulate your research and get an idea of what you know and what you want to know and how to find it. So ideally, what we want to happen down here in these columns in this chart is that everything is going to apply across the way. So in the K column, you want to do, what do I know? Give me an example of something that you know about the topic, and then what else do you want to know about it? Just one thing. So take that idea. So let's say, let's go back to the Civil War example. What do I know? I know that the North fought the South in the Civil War. What do I want to know about it? Let's say I want to know how many people from each side fought in the war. The H column, how do I find out? Where are some places that I could go to find that information? In this case, it's a very easy search. I could probably just put Google down there. We don't support the use of Wikipedia, but in this case I could definitely go to Wikipedia and find that out as well. I could also go maybe to history.com and find that. That's a very easy thing. So just off the top of my head, where can I go and find that information? And then I'm actually going to go to Google and search my question out, and then in the L category, what have I learned? And then go ahead and put the research answer to that question that I posed. So in that case, I would put the statistics of how many people fought on the north side and how many people fought on the south side. And you want to do that for 3 times in this chart. Again, it's best, it's going to help you the most if you link everything together so that the L column is answering your W column. Once you finish your chart, you're going to go ahead and look through some of these research question examples and helpful hints. And I will tell you that one of the ways we can avoid opinion is by looking at some of these examples they give you. What evidence shows that pesticides are significantly harming the bee population? That first part, what evidence shows, helps eliminate a lot of your opinion-based questions. So that's something to keep in mind. If I say this is an opinion question, you might want to go back to that, what evidence shows. Okay. That may not make sense now, but it will later. So here you're going to go through this set of questions to help you develop your final research question. So at the top, you're going to do a draft question of your research question. Just any question that's related to the topic that you've already listed. Then you follow the steps below. Does the first draft ask a yes or no question? And you're going to want to mark yes or no in whatever way that you can, because some people do have problems manipulating this worksheet. You want to answer that question because that is part of your grade, and it's going to help you with this assignment and finding a better research question. Next, does the first draft ask for a number, date, or list? A lot of people will put no, but in honesty, you will find that a lot of research questions can be answered in a list, so be careful with this. If at any time your answer is yes, you're definitely going to want to revise your research question. Next, does the first draft ask for an opinion? Is there solid proof one way or another, one way to answer your question? If there is, that's not an opinion. But if people could give different answers to it, then there's going to be some sort of opinion related. Finally, can the first draft be answered with a brief explanation or by consulting a single source? If your question can be answered back in the KWL, if you answered it already, that means that more than likely that it can be answered briefly or by consulting a single source, and we don't want that. We want something that's complex that you need to do a little bit of research. So my example of how many people fought on each side of the Civil War, obviously that's going to be a brief explanation. I could find it by consulting a single source, and I could also answer it by providing a number. So that's definitely not a good example of a research question. Once you've gone through the steps on this sheet, you want to go ahead and type your final version of the research question here. So draft, go through the steps, mark yes or no, make any needed changes, and then put your final version below. Don't feel bad. 99% of the final versions of questions I get are going to need to be revised at some point during this class. It's just this is going to be your first walkthrough on how to revise. And if I do say that a revision is needed, it's always best to go back to this chart to help you revise, go through those steps, get some ideas of where it went wrong. Also, again, we do have the examples and the help here that you could go back to. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with.